If you've got a gaming console, a web server, an FTP server, just enter the IP address here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how we're going to be using network address translation on Virgin Media routers. So I'm just going to quickly log on to my Virgin Media router. So the way you would get to the Virgin Media router would be using the static or the standard out of the box default IP address 192.168.0.1, and then it says welcome back. So you need to sign in. This is something that you would find on the back of the Virgin Media router. There'll be a sticker with the password on. So just log in using that. Once you're logged in, you sort of are faced with a welcome screen, which has just the standard status overview of all your internet devices connected, wired, non-wired, wireless, whether your internet's up and running, and what are the frequency of Wi-Fi you've got running. So I would just quickly move into advanced settings. Under the advanced settings, there's something, I believe, in security. Yep. Under security, you go into port forwarding. There you go. So in here, what you have is you can see a few port forwards already created. So I'm quickly going to talk you through what these actually mean. So on the left hand side, you can see local ranges, which is something that completely belongs to your local LAN. On the external side is something that you can actually have people see from the internet. So this would be useful if you want to sort of have a web server running. So in here, there you go. This on the external side, I've got web traffic on port 80 coming into my web server on port 80, and the web server is running on that IP address. I've got a bit of a CCTV system running on the network. So the way this works is out of the box, the system runs on port 9000. Because it's a CCTV system and it's a default port, you end up seeing a lot of sort of random bots trying to log into the CCTV system when it's actually running on the default port facing the internet. So what I've done is to sort of work around that. I've just quickly changed the port on the internet to be 9005, and then once it hits 9005, then that gets translated to port 9000, which is the out of the box port for my CCTV system. So it's sort of a workaround, or maybe just a clever way of port forwarding, wherein you don't really want to be using out of the box ports for most devices straight facing the internet, because it's quite easy for people to guess what port the services are running on. So I just tend to change those ports. But besides that, you click on create new rule, the local IP address of the server or the system you want to run. So if you've got a gaming console, a web server, an FTP server, or a CCTV system like mine, just enter the IP address here. The start port would be the port that the CCTV system's listening on. The end port is going to be pretty much the same unless you've got a range you want to cater to. But in most households, it's just a one port number, which is the start, and the same port number as the end. And the external start and the external end is exactly the same if you want to leave everything sort of running out of the box. And once you do set that up, you choose the protocol, TCP, UDP. I just go with both. And do you want to enable or enable? So do you want the enabled on or off? And then you go enable on, and then you go add the rule. Once you go add the rule, you end up with sort of a table like this, which means that the rule's been successfully added. And once you go apply changes, the router goes through a reboot, and you then have your rules ready. So the way you would test that would be, you would launch a new browser, And in there, what you would do is you would just quickly go with, first of all, trying to find your IP address. So you go, what is my IP? And this tells me this is my IP address. So if I copy that IP address and paste that in and just go port 80, which is the port I've set up to forward, and there you go. That straight takes me to the web server that I've got set up on 192.168.0.99. So my hub version is 3. If you have any questions, please do give me a shout. If you like the video, please hit the like button.